a great little kitty. You're so furry, so fluffy. Oh, look at you. Stop abusing the animal, you brother mucker! I'm just petting her. That's what you get for owning animals, you sick f***.
Be free, beautiful Siberian kitty cat.
Alright, we have Dento64GD to thank for this video. Everyone get mad at him in the comments. They queued me in on a PETA game that I've never heard of, which is really weird because... Okay, this one's insulting. The mysterious game is called Save Chicks, or Save the Chicks. It appears to have two different titles. I tried looking this game up, but I can't find any footage on it, nor can I even find a screenshot of it on Google Images. However, the funny part is Wikipedia literally has a link to a playable version of this game in the first sentence under the history of PETA games. Don't listen to your teachers when they tell you not to use Wikipedia. Anyway, I guess this game hasn't really been hidden from anyone, but I also might be the first person to upload any footage of it to YouTube. So this game can be played through the Wayback Machine, which is an archival website that lets you access old versions of websites. And lucky for us, the PETA gaming websites have been very well documented. On top of Save Chicks, I found 2 more games that were completely new to me. And same thing, I can't find any footage of them anywhere, and the worst part is, I can't get either of these games to work. As far as I can tell, these 2 games are lost to time. As well as explore those 3 PETA games, I'm going to fix some of my past mistakes. In my previous videos, I have incorrectly stated that certain games were lost to time. I actually said that a lot. So what I did was I watched all of my previous PETA videos and took note of every single game that I considered to be lost to time, and then I scoured the internet to see if that was actually the case or not. And spoiler alert, most of the games are still playable today. So to help rectify my lies, any of the new playable PETA video games will be linked in the description below, and I'll let you know if I have anything new to say on them now that I've actually played them for myself. But first, let's check out these undocumented games. Save Chicks was made to help promote PETA's Kentucky Fried Cruelty campaign. Essentially, PETA was trying to raise awareness of how KFC was mistreating chickens on their farms. A later game made for this campaign was Super Chick Sisters, of course. KentuckyFriedCruelty.com is still up today, and it features crude artwork and links to age-restricted videos. I need to start a PETA bingo card when I make these videos. Now when it comes to the game, the first thing that we need to remember is that this is a website made for kids we're looking at. Don't worry, I found the full render of this artwork that's always on the side. I'm sure the kiddos love this. And this.
Slaughterhouse chickens are left bleeding to death after their throats are slit, and they enter a scalding tank.
Scalding hot water for feather removal?
Still conscious, many of them flap about and thus miss both the immobilization bath and the automated and manual
human
neck slicers, and are completely conscious when they are scalded to death.
As always, no subtlety here. When playing, all you need to do is move the arrow keys left to right to catch the falling chicks before they hit the boiling water. The speed of the chicken that drops the mini chickens varies with each pass. If you miss a chicken, you lose a life, which you have 5 of in total. Sometimes the chicken will birth another chicken off the screen where you can't even catch it. At the very least, luckily you don't lose a life for that. But yeah, that's mostly it. It's insanely easy. I can play it all day without losing a life. It's a true test of endurance. I couldn't get the audio to work, but voila, another dumpster fire of a game. Along with PETA's kid-friendly gaming website, I checked out PETA's regular gaming website on the Wayback Machine. The earliest archive I could find was December 31st, 2014. This is where I found the other 2 games I have never heard of. The first one we'll talk about is called Holiday Snow Fight, which came out in December of 2008. This game apparently almost got them sued by the politician Sarah Palin. Like I said earlier, I did find a link to this game, but I cannot get it to run. I can click the instructions and the play button, but this start button just does not work, leaving us stuck on this screen listening to Christmas music. I at least found some articles that give us details. There's 4 levels in this game total. In the first stage, you're in a mall, which I assume is this mall in the background of the menu. Here we have to throw snowballs at Madonna, fashion designer Donna Karan, and the Olsen twins. The second stage takes place in a graveyard where you're now trying to force the ghoulishly reanimated Colonel Sanders and actor Charlton Heston back in the grave by hitting them. I kinda at least want to see what that one looks like. If you can get these games to run, let me know. The third stage pits the user against the horse trainer Larry Jones. I don't know why this this article decided to get vague with the descriptions here. And now I do have a screenshot of the final level. Here, a fur coat and bikini-cladded Sarah Palin attempts to shoot Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The player's objective again is to pelt Palin with snowballs. After winning the game, the last scene actually shows Rudolph pounding his hooves on Palin's head in a shocking display of violence. No, if you're familiar with PETA at all, this shocking display of violence is not shocking at all. But I found a screenshot of the end screen. You can see Palin's decapitated head in the bottom right. Like I said earlier, someone from Palin's legal team tried to take legal action against PETA for this game. Or so the rumors go. In reality, all that happened was an email war between the president of PETA, Ingrid Newkirk, and Palin's director of communications, William McAllister. I read through the entire email chain and it is so funny and so petty you need to hear it. They both end up acting like high school girls. It's great. So first of all, this all started when Ingrid made a blog post saying that someone claiming to be from Palin's office called her and demanded they take the game down. She claims that he just yelled at her and threatened to sue when she asked for his name. I can't find this blog post anywhere, but it seems like Ingrid had no proof of any of this taking place. Alright, so Bill reached out to Ingrid directly through email. He basically said, "WTF bro, you're saying that we're trying to sue you?" She replied saying, "We based this on a phone call. Why don't you ask in your office and be specific as to on what grounds you can sue us? We know that we can use the game as its pure parody. I thought people in Alaska had a sense of humor." This to me feels like Ingrid is trying to provoke them to get them to actually sue her and cause more drama and more publicity. And at this point, Bill is just straight up confused, as he should be, and is asking for details. Ingrid replied with, "Do they train you to be rude?" She is trying to be petty as fuck here. He's just asking for questions. He is clearly confused. She ain't buying it though. So Bill replies, "Okay, so the bottom line is you have attitude but no facts. Sounds about right." Ingrid's alleged plan is working here. He is getting petty as fuck as well. "No, you have attitude, and it's a bad one. And so did your legal emissary, who must have gone to the same charm school." Is this written by a Disney Channel team? Like, what's going on here? "Our still unnamed legal emissary, huh? Whether or not I'm charming in your eyes, at least I'm accountable. You will be when you die, don't you think? Did someone put Red Bull in your water cooler?" Are you now saying that no one called from your office? That's my question. Or did that person who called you overplay his hand or what? Not that I really care anymore. Flips hair. What did Red Bull in the water cooler even mean here? I'm so confused. To answer your question in your subject line, yes, you are sorry. I wouldn't know if the person who allegedly called overplayed his hand. A man then, I'm still waiting for more details. No one here knows what you're talking about. Oh, you used to care? Which decade was that? These are grown people. These are grown people in positions of power arguing like teenagers here. This is so pathetic. Anyway, that's the end of that conversation. Let's just move on. Circus Slam is the third Lost PETA game that I found. Unfortunately, I have even less info on this game. Here's all that we know. If you couldn't tell, PETA's purpose of this game is to protest circuses and raise awareness. The description reads, "An elephant never forgets. Play Circus Slam to unleash an adorable but angry guardian elephant spirit who wants to rain down some heavy revenge against the big top. Squish tents and cages to save as many elephants as you can." It was sold on the App Store for 99 cents. And it was developed by This Is Pop, which is a game development studio that has worked with PETA on some of their best games. So this may be a rare PETA W for all I know. Anyway, that's all I got for Circus Slam. No petty emails here. So I also found a hermit crab quiz.
You're going to jail for throwing cats out of windows, you sick freak!
That wasn't me. You did that.
Sit there and stew on what you've done towards all animal kind, you fuck.
Well, it was very nice of them to at least let me keep my recording equipment, so now let's cover the games that are in fact playable that I previously stated as lost to time. You can in fact still make Fred spew. You just drag dairy into his mouth and he pukes. Fun fact I didn't know before this was playable, there are 3 unique puking sound effects and they're all attached to the same foods. Very interesting, I know. The yogurt seems to be his least favorite because the puking lasts the longest. Bloody Burberry is a game that was made to protest Burberry, a clothing company that uses real fur. Or at least they used to use real fur. They in fact stopped using real fur in 2018. But honestly, I just realized this game might be another rare PETA W. I'd say I'm against wearing real fur. I just don't see the point of it. So in this game, you go around ruining fur coats with spray paint, protest Burberry's models, and free animals from the clutches of the former CEO. The dramatic music and the slow-moving guards just create a funny juxtaposition that I can't get over. My previous critique was how they were roasting the innocent models, but I don't know, have a sense of humor, old me. Who cares? Create Your Own Sea Kitten is a fish dress-up game. You choose between 8 different fish. I didn't realize until playing this game, but the vibes are just weird here. For starters, just listen to the sound effects when you select a fish. Why is everything low-key off-putting? And in general, this just looks like something PETA would protest. There's no way they're a fan of dressing up wild animals, especially fish. The water pollution goes hard with this game. How Green Is My Diet is a calculator that tracks how many animals you would save based on your age and gender. For example, if I go vegan right now,
I'll save 20,160 animals from dying and 237,000 pounds of carbon dioxide emissions. That's the same amount of carbon dioxide produced by driving an SUV 247,939 miles.
This is an old calculator and it's very unclear how they get their data and whether or not it's accurate. There's a very similar calculator they made under the same name, but this one's more of a vibe. This one is for vegans and it shows you all of the good things you've contributed to. Turkey Lurkey Master of Disguise is first of all just my favorite name, but it's also a slide puzzle where you have to put together a picture of a turkey dressed up in a costume. The turkey's trying to avoid being killed for Thanksgiving dinner, and holy shit, this game made me want to off myself. So sometimes the pieces will just refuse to go into certain spots, and it will never go into those spots again. This can happen at any point during the puzzle. So what you have to do is reselect how many pieces you want in the puzzle if you want to continue. There are only 3 simple puzzles to complete, but thanks to these glitches, it took me 20 agonizing minutes. I was so angry doing these slide puzzles. It will just soft lock you at any moment and you just can't do anything about it. I'm still mad. Now here's a list of games that I could find a working link to but could not actually play. Elephants Never Forgets. I have found multiple links for this one, but I keep getting errors. I found a version of Seal Slalom where the title screen works, but once you hit play, you're stuck on this screen. Breast Not Animal Tests will load for a second before permanently turning into a black screen. It seems like the least likely PETA games to ever surface again are the mobile games. Butcher Goes Vegan, Seals Hero, Paintball Hero, and of course Circus Slam. Now I did bounce around to other parts of old PETA websites and I did find some weird stuff. I love this Yu-Gi-Oh! X PETA crossover right here. You can just never tell what PETA is going to like or hate. I could easily see them saying something negative like, Kaiba mistreats his blue-eyed white dragons. Yugi forces Kuribos to fight and that's not okay. But instead they take a show that has nothing really to do with animals and shoehorns a message in there. Yugi sets a good example for all of us by standing up to the bad guys and making the world a better place. So be like Yugi and do your part by speaking up for animals, and always report any acts of animal abuse that you hear about or see. Like, sure. It's chill, I don't hate it, it's just random. It's just, this company is so random, you can't predict them. I'm also in love with milksucks.com. It's an entire website that PETA made to hate on milk.
Wanted, known milk sucker, Chubby Charlie. Eat fat and you'll be fat. Be kind to animals and to your butt and gut by avoiding fatty dairy products.
I'm sure there's more interesting stuff to be discovered, and if you do, let me know in the comments. Now make sure you're subscribed because if I find enough stuff, I'll make another video because I am the PETA.
Pardon your sins with the rest of these creeps.
What are you in for?
Well, in 2011 I ran an animal shelter where I killed 713 dogs out of the 760 dogs that were brought into my shelter. That's 93%. I also killed 1,198 out of the 1,211 cats brought in. That's 99%. I would go to work early before anyone else got there, and I would just kill the animals myself. I must have killed 1,000 of them. Sometimes dozens every. Sorry, it's just so insane. It's so. I'm trying to not laugh while I'm saying because I'm like, what the fuck? It's like the most insane thing ever. I must have killed 1,000 of them. Sometimes dozens every day. The animals got the gift of euthanasia, and to them it was the best gift they'd ever had.